After the release of the ET5, William Li gave this interview with a lot of NIO owners, and it's receiving a lot of controversy.
另外一个呢，就和油车比，这我简直就完全不明白，现在大家为什么还买油车？
So what exactly did he say? What are people's reaction to it? And is this good or bad for NIO stock? And do I agree with what he said? So some NIO owners were asking him about price comparisons with competitors. And then when it came to the topic of gasoline vehicles, he said, I don't understand why people still buy gasoline vehicles. Other than the smell of gasoline, what else is there to like? They must be very reminiscent of the past. Just like how a watch collector buys mechanical watches because it's reminiscent of the past. So we've gotten used to Elon Musk saying some crazy stuff. He wants to kick ICE vehicles in the butt. Is William Li also starting to say crazy stuff, or is he an absolute genius? Now the problem with what he said is that the way he said it in Chinese does insinuate that there must be something wrong with those gasoline vehicle buyers. And that's exactly how people online interpreted it. So it's generating a lot of controversy. And some people even commented, your electric vehicles are nice, but you're clearly talking out of your butt. Others have commented that electric vehicles are still very expensive and some people aren't able to install home chargers. William Li really meant was that NIO's electric vehicles are very, very high quality, but that does not mean that all electric vehicles are high quality and worth buying. And also, some electric vehicles being excellent does not mean that it's unreasonable to buy gasoline vehicles. You see, right now, in terms of the EV market here in China, a lot of EVs are pretty bad quality. For example, the BYD Han, even though it's a very nice vehicle, that vehicle has exposed axles with only 3 points of connection instead of the standard 4. That this type of 3 connection axle that's exposed, they don't even see that in vehicles that are less than half the price of that. And then you got Li Auto, which unfortunately also has very bad axles, and it's so bad to the point where if you run a curb with your Li Auto at low speeds, your wheel falls off and your vehicle is completely totaled. And there's at least 2 incidents of this happening, so you know it's not just a one-off situation. My channel would not be possible without ExpressVPN, because here in China YouTube is blocked, but with ExpressVPN, a virtual private network, I can access YouTube and bring you guys all these cool content, and it's my honor to be sponsored by ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN also offers other perks like protecting your privacy. If you're using a public Wi-Fi, especially in cafes and airports, you turn on ExpressVPN and that protects your passwords and account information for anyone that might be looking. Also, you can access geo-restricted TV shows on Netflix. So if you have a favorite show but it's available in Netflix in France but you're located in the US, you can use a VPN. You'll be able to watch all the Netflix content in France. If you sign up for a 1-year package, ExpressVPN is giving Mr. P viewers 3 extra months for free. So that's really awesome. Definitely check them out in the link down below in the description. And he also said that one common misconception is that once you buy EV, there's going to be range anxiety. And he said this is mostly it's just gasoline vehicle owners worrying that EVs have range anxiety. And then the charging infrastructure is so advanced right now, so readily available, that range anxiety actually doesn't really exist if you actually own an EV. And this also caused some hate. People saying, even if I buy an electric vehicle, it's not going to be NIO. I'm going to be buying a Tesla. And some people think that this is just a ploy by him to just generate more media attention for the ET5 to promote the car, get more people interested in the ET5. Now, what do I think about it? And do I agree? So I do agree with him on the part that range anxiety no longer exists. You can find chargers pretty much almost everywhere. But when he said that he doesn't understand people that buy gasoline vehicles, well, that is taking it a bit too far. Now, I do partially agree with him in the fact that it makes more sense to buy EVs now instead of gasoline vehicles, because EVs don't have driving restrictions. Here in China, if you own a gasoline vehicle in big cities, you're only allowed to drive 6 days out of 7 days. That kind of sucks. With EVs, you don't have to worry about that. However, some people still like the convenience of just filling up their tank of gas really fast and be on their way instead of charging for 1 or 2 hours. So what he really meant was that people should buy a NIO. Honestly, even though it's getting some negative attention in China, I think what he said is pretty solid. And this just shows that he's really confident in the future of EVs and especially in the future of NIO. All these gasoline vehicle owners are just reminiscing about the past, and soon they gotta step into the future, step into a NIO. What is your opinion about what William Li said? Obviously, he's a visionary, he sees things differently from most people, but do you think he stepped out of line? Like, subscribe, see you in the next one.